Hello guys, welcome again. Bilal here, and in the last video we learned generating view objects dynamically and assigning it to our activity. Now in this video we will learn about the LayoutInflater class. Now we already covered it in the custom list view video, but in this video we will be doing it a bit differently. So the first question is, if you don't already know, what is LayoutInflater? So it is a class and we use it to inflate layouts from XML layout file. Now let's say if we create a XML file here, let's say we have an XML file. Let's name it my layout. Now we can have some buttons on this layout. So we have a button, we have a checkbox, we have a radio button as well, and we can have a number of components in our layout file. Now how do we access this layout file inside our code? Now to convert this layout to a view object, we need LayoutInflater class. So if you are inside an activity which is app.compat activity usually, then you can use the LayoutInflater directly. Let me show you. You can write val inflater equals to LayoutInflater. Okay, this is the LayoutInflater. Now you don't even need this val inflater equals to LayoutInflater. This is because you already have that LayoutInflater. You can directly inflate your layouts. Now this is the benefit of Kotlin. It makes everything shorter. So if we want to inflate this layout, and remember, inflating means creating view objects, Kotlin view objects from an XML resource file. So we have this XML file, my_layout here. Now we want a view object from this file, and for this we can use LayoutInflater, which is by default available inside app.compat activity. It is actually inside context, and app.compat activity is a subclass of context, so we can use it directly if we are inside an activity. So what we can do here, we can simply create a view. Let's say val view equals to LayoutInflater dot inflate. Now this inflate method takes two parameters. So if you go to the inflate method, press Ctrl and click on inflate, then you see we have inflate int, then view group, int view group boolean, XML pull parser, view group boolean, and XML pull parser and view group. So in this video I will be explaining the first method. So this method is taking two parameters. The first one is an integer and the second one is a view group. Now we don't care about the second parameter now, as it can be null. But what a view group is, it is a special type of container and you can club many views inside a view group. So you may consider it as a container that contains many child views. So it can be null. And if you want to inflate your layout inside a group, then you can pass view group. But for now, I don't want it. So I will pass null. And the first parameter, which is int, is the ID of your layout file that you want to inflate. In this case, the ID would be r.layout.my_layout. So for every resource, an ID is generated inside the R file and we can use that ID. So for this layout, the ID is r.layout.mylayout. Then the second parameter is null. So this is how we inflate a layout. So now we have the view object that we inflated using this layout. So we are inflating this XML layout file and we are not passing any root, and this is actually the parent of this layout, and for now we are not making any parent, and that is why root is null. So if you want to make a parent for your layout, then you can pass a view group here, and we will see this in coming videos. So for now the root is null, and we are inflating this r.layout.my_layout, which is this my_layout.xml file. So we have the view. Now we can assign the view to our activity_main.xml. Now let's say we have a linear layout here, and let's give it an ID. Let's say linear layout. That's it. Now define the orientation as well. So we have a linear layout. Now we can attach this view that we generated, that we inflated from LayoutInflater, that we inflated using the LayoutInflater. So now we can add this view to our linear layout, to inside this linear layout. So we can simply do it by creating a new val. Let's say we have a layout equals to find view by ID. Now we need to define the type of the view here, and the type is linear layout, and the ID is r.id.linear layout. Oops, it is Kotlin and we don't need semicolons. Now we can simply attach this view to this layout, and to do this just write layout.add view and pass the view that we inflated. That's it. Now just run the application. So you see we have the layout that we generated here inside this linear layout, and that is why it is showing up in our activity. So this is how we use LayoutInflater to inflate view objects using XML file. Now if we want to create an object of this button, then we will call the find view by ID method, but not directly. We will use view.findViewById. Okay, so if we want to create layout objects, view objects from this layout file, then we will use it like this. And that's it for the LayoutInflater thing, guys. And I hope you got the point why we use a LayoutInflater. There may be situations where you need to create layout files separately and you need to inflate them. So in this case we use LayoutInflater. So we will use the LayoutInflater in many things, like if we want to create a custom alert dialog, then we use LayoutInflater. For recycler view we use LayoutInflater. And one example we already seen, when we created a custom list view, we used LayoutInflater. So you will use this LayoutInflater many times creating an application. So I hope you understood what is a LayoutInflater and how do we use LayoutInflater in our application. And if you got the point and if you liked this video, please hit on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you found it really helpful, then please share it, guys. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.